hard gel nails filled with all the details and transformation in this video coming up. Hello guys, Anastasia here. As I promised, we have many nails to transform, and today we have this set. So some nails have just a natural nail overlay, while some were gel extensions. It's been about 4 weeks since the first extension, so it's not that extreme, but still we have some problems. The client mentioned that her hair got stuck in the nails, which means there will definitely be some lifting, and also we have cracks on both thumbs. So let's get started. First, I'm filing the nails short, and I'm sorry that you guys cannot see it fully, but the best way to do that, especially if you know that some nails might have cracks or are lifting, you need to hold the client's nail really tight so she will not feel any vibration from the nail drill. Next step will be filing the product underneath. Actually, there are only 2 nails that have some natural nails underneath, and I will be filing them short as well. And for the rest of the nails, we have product. Some nails are growing a little bit downward, so we need to fix that. And also on some nails, I can tell that the forms were used and the product got under the nail, so we need to fix that as well. I'm using carbide bit with green abrasive mark. The speed is almost 20,000 rotations per minute because we have a lot to clean. On this nail we have some lifting on the side, not that much, but we still need to clean it. So first I'm filing the product outside of the lifting, and here we go, it simply flew away. Now I will also file the product on top, since we made these nails shorter and we do not need that much product anymore. On this one, as you can see, there is a massive lifting on the top. I assume that this one of those nails where the client hair got stuck as she was washing them. I get this question pretty often: how can you tell if there is a lifting, because you cannot really see it if you have a cover pink product. So yes, I cannot really see it, but if it's close to cuticle or sidewalls, you still can see these whitish spots, like you can see them right now in the upper right corner. So all you need to do is to file the product in that area from the top to make it thinner, and as it goes thinner we can already see the actual shape and the border of the lifting. So this is where you need to file to clean it. When doing fill, there is no need to remove the entire product, the one that is not lifting, but you need to make it very thin, otherwise you will not be able to clean all the lifting properly. I personally love working with this cone shape because the edge is pretty sharp, so I can easily outline the lifting and then it will simply fly away. Goodbye! Now let's see it once again in a slow motion, because I know that you guys enjoy it. Finally, I could catch this one on slow motion, because usually when I do that it's still too fast, but this one was actually flying a bit. Anyways, let's continue. This is the thumb where we have a crack on one side, and actually hair can get stuck in the cracks as well, and now I will show you how to deal with it. So sometimes there is a lifting besides a crack, which we have now. So all you need to do is to carefully file in the crack area, and now we can see that we also have another one on the opposite side. So all you need to do is to file the crack to make it a little bit bigger, so later you can fill it in with the product. You also need to check if the crack is only in the product, then you simply file it and then you add the new product. But if the crack is on the natural nail as well, if it's on the free edge, then I suggest simply filing it short. But if it's on the nail bed area and it's pretty painful, then you need to fix it somehow, probably by using silk or fiberglass. In this case, the crack is only in the product, so it's not that big of a deal, but we have some lifting near it, so I will need to file it all and clean it. Next step will be pushing back the cuticles with orange wood stick. Sometimes they're very sharp or the edge is not smooth enough, and this is pretty easy to fix. You simply need to take a soft file, let's say 220 or 240 grit, and then you can file it, and this is how you can fix it, so there's no need to throw it away. But keep in mind that this is a single-use tool, we cannot sanitize it. So after you're done, you need to throw it away, or even better, you just hand it to your client so she can push back her cuticles by herself. At this point, I headed to my shelf to get the product, and once I was back, this is what happened to the thumb. It be like that sometimes, so the fill simply turns into additional one nail extension. And the reason why it happened is because basically the nail was barely hanging there because I filed the cracks on both sides, so it was very vulnerable. So at this point you need to tell your clients that they should be careful, and usually at this point I never let them go to the bathroom. So I always ask about it at the beginning of the service, and they can also do that after the product application because it's safe and they are more likely to not break their nails. Meanwhile, I am doing a cuticle prep. I am pushing back the cuticles with the flame diamond bit, working on the left side first. Speed is 15,000 rotations per minute, and I'm working on the forward mode. After that, I will switch to the opposite side to the reverse mode, also 15,000 rotations per minute. Then we need to do extension because this nail was broken, remember, right during the service. So I applied dehydrator, non-acid primer, and next step will be applying a thin coat of the base. I already fit the form, and you can apply base as well as dehydrator and primer before fitting the form. It's really up to you. I just prefer doing it afterwards, and then we need to cure it in LED for 30 seconds. I will start with the free edge application. This gel is by Cosmo Profi. The color is called Cover. This is a very intense pink color that will hide all the imperfections of the natural nail. So since we have a square shape, not too long, our goal is to create the same length as we have on other nails, so they will match. For the remaining nails, we will be doing a simple fill. So we apply dehydrator and non-acid primer as well, since I will be using a hard gel. And also on some nails we have some problems, and now I will show you how to fix them. The sidewalls are missing, like here for example. You see that the product is way more narrow than the width of the natural nail, and we need to fix that. So I decided to use a polygel. The color is very close, but it's probably a bit different, but since we will be applying gel on top, I don't think that somebody will notice. So I love working with polygel because look what you can do. We're basically restructuring the sidewall as well as the missing corner, even without using the form. So you can do that with acrylic easily as well as with polygel. Just make sure that the consistency is not too thin, because some polygels are so thin you will not be able to do that. Do not press on the brush too much, so all the product will not fall off underneath. This is the opposite hand. I'm doing the same thing here, applying dehydrator and non-acid primer. Some sidewalls are missing here as well, so I will be doing that right here too. Sidewalls are a very important part of the nail. It's basically like legs of the chair or the table. It's something that's holding it's there. So when they're missing, it's not only a matter of how it looks, but these nails may easily break because we do not have enough product on the stress area. So make sure you are not overfiling them, as well as when you're doing nails, you're applying and building the sidewalls where they are. And overfiling natural nail sidewalls may also cause such problems as onycholysis, which is separation of the nail bed from the nail plate. This one is natural nail. I even forgot that I actually kept it, but yeah, I mean, why not? So I'm applying a base coat on all nails as well. Remember, if you're using gel or polygel, I recommend using base coat at all times. The first coat should be very thin. Do not apply too much, do not touch the cuticle, and make sure you are covering the entire surface. I recommend applying it even on the area where you have the old product, so we can also smooth it out a little bit. And yes, it's totally fine to mix the products like that. So I used polygel to restructure the sidewalls, and I will be using the hard gel to build the remaining nail. But you can use polygel as well if you'd like, because I had this question recently on my another video. Now all we need to do is to add the product near the cuticle and to rebuild the apex, because we filed the nails short almost twice. So now the new apex will be located right in the center, so make sure you're adding more product there compared to the cuticle area or the sidewalls. Then we need to cure it all in LED for 1 minute, take off the sticky layer, and then we need to file the nails underneath first, only those nails where I was adding some product on the sides, to smooth it out and make sure that the client is comfortable, because sometimes the product may fall underneath, and it's not a problem since we can easily fix it like that. After that, I will just slightly shape the nails and buff the surface, because this is all I need here. As you've seen, I was trying to apply the product as good as I can, so I will not need to file it a lot. And also we need a buffed surface, since I will be adding some abstract design afterwards. At this point, I usually ask the clients to wash their hands. I also trimmed the cuticles, and now let's start with the design. I'm using gel polishes only and curing each one for 20 seconds. Let me guys know what do you think about such in-depth videos, because I started experimenting and doing them a bit longer, so just let me know if it's like too much or are you enjoying all the steps of the process. I would really appreciate it. Then we need to fully cure it all for 1 minute and seal with the top coat. And we decided to use a matte top coat. For some reason I see this kind of designs with the matte. Cure in LED for 1 minute, and here we go. And if you were wondering, actually what if we use the glossy top coat? Well, this is how it would look. Let me guys know what do you think about this kind of videos. Did you like the transformation? And thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time on my channel, consider subscribing, as I post new tutorials and transformations just like this one every week. And I will see you in my next one. Goodbye!